Gabby Pietro getting laid to rest in New York.
She was a beautiful, beautiful soul.
As the manhunt continues for her fiancé in Florida. It turns out the vote on a bipartisan infrastructure bill.
You cannot choose the date. You have to go when you have the votes.
Is still under construction. And the Dolphins take a gamble in Las Vegas.
Brissett, fake the handoff, throws it, complete!
And roll their way into overtime. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Danelle Dukin.
And I'm Zitlali Solache. Today is Monday, September 27th, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Born Gabby Petito in New York, the manhunt for Brian Laundrie continues in Florida. Investigators once again returning to the home of Laundrie's parents.
And as the network's Alejandra Garcia reports, Petito was remembered as a young woman who spent her life reaching out to others.
It's stretching into its second week as the FBI returned to the home he shared with his parents and Gabby Petito in Northport, while family and friends held an emotional service for her over the weekend. Laundrie going missing, according to his parents, nearly 2 weeks ago. He returned to Florida without Petito on September 1st, 2 months after the couple set out on a cross-country trip living out of a van.
I think our plan for today is to just hang out here in the tent.
Now, rewards and tips to find Laundrie's location total about $30,000. Laundrie has not been named a suspect of Petito's death. The FBI issuing a federal arrest warrant for the use of unauthorized devices, according to the indictment. He allegedly used a debit card that did not belong to him for charges exceeding $1,000 between August 30th and September 1st.
The sole focus is on getting him, bringing him back to justice. Perhaps moving forward, investigators will potentially find him and he could be brought to a court of law to answer for what now is a single count of an indictment for a debit card.
The search for Laundrie continues as communities gather to honor Petito this weekend.
I want Gabby's family to know that Northport, Florida, and the world are praying for them.
Family and friends and even strangers attending a memorial in her New York hometown on Sunday.
It's just so horrible. It's really such a shame. It's a tragedy.
Her father is asking the community to be inspired by his daughter, a young woman he says was always smiling and treated everyone kindly.
You guys want to take it now. Do it now while you got the time. If there's a relationship that you're in that might not be the best thing for you, leave it.
Police have been searching for Laundrie in Florida's Colton Reserve while law firm and someone with ties to the Petito family are contributing to the reward. In the control center, Alejandra Garcia, South Florida Media Network.
Searching for Patrick McDowell, the suspect responsible for shooting Nassau County Deputy Joshua Moyers on Friday morning. Deputy Moyers was shot twice on a traffic stop. According to records, McDowell has served in the Marines and has previous training with handguns.
He's very accomplished at survival and being unrecognized. He can't change his appearance, but he can sure hide well and know how to stay out of people's line of sight.
With his military background, he can possibly survive in the woods as the search continues. Police are considering this information a help to quickly find the suspect.
A man in Florida is accused of live streaming his violent attack on 2 Orlando police officers. This is the live video Orlando police say 27-year-old William Miklish live streamed on Facebook. In it, you see him walk behind a police cruiser, pick up a brick, and then ambush 2 police officers. The police chief says both officers are expected to recover from their injuries.
A man has been arrested by Miami-Dade police on Thursday in connection to a mass shooting at El Mula Banquet Hall. 22-year-old Devontae Barnes confessed to police that he acted as a lookout as 2 other gunmen opened fire on a crowd at the banquet hall in Hialeah on May 30th. Barnes was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 20 counts of attempted murder. The 2 shooters are still at large.
Congress has a busy week starting today as Democrats try to inch closer to passing Biden's $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. The bill, which is still under construction, is facing pushback from moderate Democrats and even more from Republicans. Senator Pat Toomey said he'll certainly vote no if his Democratic colleagues try to combine it with the debt ceiling increase. Representative Pramila Jayapal argues it is necessary to pass.
We are not going to leave anyone behind. We're not going to leave behind women who desperately need childcare. We're not going to leave behind taking on climate change and taking urgent action. We're not going to leave behind public housing. We're not going to leave behind immigrants.
Democrats also need to pass legislation by the Thursday deadline to fund the federal government.
Without starting quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, the Dolphins were trying to pull off a win on the road against the undefeated Las Vegas Raiders. Being down as many as 11, backup quarterback Jacoby Brissett helped the Finns battle back and send the game into overtime. But Las Vegas ended up winning with an overtime field goal. Final score Raiders 31, Dolphins 28. Tests on the Tootsie Slide and quizzes on Can't Feel My Face. Details on an unconventional new college course.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
We need to do everything that we can to protect our kids, our teachers, and the rest of us from this deadly virus.
Until 5 p.m. today to respond to the state about their decision to oppose the governor's ban on mask mandates. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Family, if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane, you can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Make a plan today.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to bed.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our fellow Americans.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans.
And soon, they will be available to everyone.
The science is clear. These vaccines will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
They could save your life.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
That's the first step to ending the pandemic and moving our country forward. It's up to you.
Deadline day and the showdown over mask mandates for schools in the Sunshine State. The debate over masks in classrooms continues, and the Florida Department of Health filed a petition that forces schools to abide mask mandates. Orange County Public Schools and other districts with mask mandates have until today at 5 o'clock to respond to this petition. And State Representative Carlos Guillermo Smith saying districts need to take every precaution they can to keep schools safe.
We need to do everything that we can to protect our kids, our teachers, and the rest of us from this deadly virus that's already killed 52,000 Floridians.
Last week, Florida's new Surgeon General changed quarantine guidelines, which allows parents to make the decision of keeping children from going to school if they are exposed to someone with COVID.
Drake and the Weeknd's career will be the main focus of a new course taught at a Canadian college. As both Drake and The Weeknd are from Toronto, their contribution to hip-hop and R&B will be the basis of a new course taught in the Creative School at Ryerson University. The professor stated that the class will focus on the performers and the music background in Toronto that brought them success.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache.
And I'm Danelle Dugan. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.